Hi, I'm Jim McLean. Playing the guitar is a joy when your instrument is set up right, but it can also be no end of frustration if it's badly set up for you. The strings end up being too high off the fingerboard for you to hold them down. And believe it or not, most guitars, even those that have high-end factories, are not set up ideally. So with a little bit of time, some very basic tools and a little bit of know-how, I'm going to show you how to adjust your guitar to make it play easier and sound better than ever before. But you'll need to follow these simple steps. Ready? Here we go. So to adjust your guitar neck, you're going to need some combination of these tools here in front of me. Some guitars use Allen wrenches, which is what these are, to adjust the curvature of the neck. Others, like Gills, use one of these, a socket. You're also going to need good quality steel rulers. This kind is perfectly fine, except this particular one is only broken up into 16ths. You can get them where they're broken up into 64ths. I just don't have it on me right now. And this one here is broken up into 64ths. Some sort of a screwdriver for removing the cover that's on some guitars' headstocks, and we'll get into that a little bit later on when we have a look at the different guitars. Lastly, you're going to need some way of tuning your guitar. This one here is an electronic tuner, it works well. You can use pitch pipes, you can use your own ear if you like, but what's important is that you get the guitar up to concert. Just about all steel string guitars are going to have a truss rod somewhere in it, and the vast bulk of them are going to be adjustable ones. If you have a nylon string guitar, it won't have a truss rod in it, so you won't be able to make any adjustments that way with that kind of guitar. However, that's not normally an issue, since nylon string guitars are much easier to fret than steel string ones are. Okay, on this particular guitar and many guitars, the truss rod adjustment is located just inside the sound hole here, and it'll be, you'll find there's a brace right here, and there's usually a hole cut right in here so that you can fit an Allen wrench through that hole and into the truss rod. This particular guitar is a Guild, and there's many guitars kind of like this where they have a little cover, and that's a real giveaway. If you see any of your guitars with a cover like this, then this is where you're going to access the adjustment for the truss rod. More than half the electric guitars have this kind of cover, and their necks are adjusted from here. Okay, so now we're going to bring the guitar up to concert. The reason we do that is because we want to have the proper string tension on the neck as when you're playing the thing live. So let's get this thing tuned up to concert. That's pretty close. Okay, there's our E. There's our B. Okay, we're done. Okay, well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sight down the neck from the headstock to see if there's any curve in the neck here. And you can see, if you look carefully, that there's a slight bend here. And there's nothing to panic about. In fact, we actually want some bend there. And that's to allow a string, you can see when it vibrates there, that it vibrates up and down. Okay, so we're now going to play the guitar and just see if there's any, how it feels to play, and if there's any buzzing issues associated with it. definitely no buzzing on it, but if you look at how high the strings are off the fingerboard, you'll realize there's no way this thing could buzz. In fact, it's way higher than it needs to be. And that's what we're going to adjust. Okay, so I'm now going to measure how high these strings are from the fingerboard, actually from the fret rather than the fingerboard. So go right up to the 12th fret and get your steel ruler, put it right on the fret and measure the distance from that to the bottom of the string. And in this case, it is 1/8 of an inch on the treble side, and it's nearly 3/16. It's a little bit less than 3/16 on the bass side. Now that is way too high. Standard action is 7/64 of an inch, which is a hair less than 1/8 on the bass, and about 3/32 on the treble. So we have a fair bit of adjustment we can do on this and make it a little bit easier for us to play it.